Hello everyone, welcome to series of videos on auto lockbox in Fusion receivables. This is the second video of this series. In the first video, we discussed the setup in application. Now, agenda for this video number 2 is to go through how to prepare the data in FBDI template for auto lockbox. So let's get started. So this is the FBDI template which we downloaded in the previous video. And these are the data elements which we are going to use to complete the different data elements for the FBDI template. So so just a brief, this Excel file, the FBDI template file has 9 data sheets plus 1 instruction and CSV generation. So the 9 data sets what we have is related to the auto lockbox, and all are numbered like record 1, record 2, 3, 4, like that. So we are on the very first sheet of the data element, record 1 transmission header. So if we say that the record type what is given here, we should not change that, let it be as it is. Then the next field is destination bank account. So that's basically the destination bank account or the internal bank account what we have. So that we are going to enter that. In fact, the file what we are going to prepare, that will be coming from bank as we are going to prepare right now. But since we do not have a right, this is a demonstration to get enrichment in how auto lockbox works. So I'm preparing the file on behalf of the bank for the auto lockbox. So next is the bank origination number, and that is what we copied in the last. If you refer the last video, there we defined the block box with that bank origination number. Deposit date. Now, one significance of this, if you recall the last video, there we said that when we defined the lockbox at that time, there was a field called accounting date source, and there was one of the options was the deposit date. So since we have defined accounting date source as deposit date, so we must enter it here. So whatever date we enter here, that will be taken as accounting date for the receipt created by this auto lockbox input. There's a specific template data format what we need to follow, that RRMMDD. Deposit time not required. Transmission record count 8. There are 9 sheets, but I'm entering transmission record as 8. Why I do so? I will explain it when I come to the sheet record for overflow payment. Okay, let me just explain here itself. Now, how many total records are there in this auto lockbox file? That we need to give it here. We are going to import 1 receipt, and that receipt will be applied to 2 invoices. Overflow is like whenever a receipt is against more than 8 invoices, then it is called overflow. Let us say we have 9 invoices, 1 receipt is against 9 invoices. Then in the record 6 payment sheet, we are going to record 8 invoices against that receipt, and whatever the more invoice is pending, like 1 invoice will be pending, that we will need to enter in the record for overflow payment data type sheet. But since in this we are going to have a receipt applied only to 2 invoices, so we need not enter the record for overflow payment. That is why the total number of records in this file is going to be 8, not 9. That is why the transmission record count is 8 here. The total amount what we are going to enter in this lockbox. So total amount here, as I said in the last video, we are going to create a receipt which will be applied to 2 these invoices. So the total of the receipt amount is, I think it's 356. No, not yeah, 536. So that's the amount which we need to enter in the 535. That's what we have entered, 535 and 20. That's a decimal precision. So I think that is it as far as this sheet is concerned. Parallelly, I have one more Excel file where I have already tested. So in between, I will be matching this Excel file with that, so that there should not be any mistake. So this is the another Excel file which I already tested working. Here the transmission amount was taken. So frequently we will flip into these two Excel files to just check whether the data what we're entering is correct or not. No more data is required. So the record one, the first sheet is complete. These are the minimum data what we need to enter. So my idea is just to show in this demonstration, just to show a simple auto log box flow. So I'm not using many complex additional fields. I'm using just a bare minimum field which is required for the successful load of the auto log box. So now the second sheet, the service header. Now the details will be more or less same what we entered earlier. The deposit date, destination bank account, the sale bank account, what we entered earlier. Bank origination number. I think that is it. The second sheet. Let me verify with my master sheet. Yes, these are the records. So the record 2 is also completed. Now let us go to the record. The third sheet, it is named as record 5 lockbox header. Here we need to give the currency of the receipt method. So these are the self-explanatory things. Only thing just I'm copying it from what I have stored to this Excel. Lockbox number 332211. Deposit date we have already decided up here. 31st May 2021. This is one record we are going to have in the lockbox. The amount. It may happen that the one transmission may have multiple lockbox. In that case, the record, each lockbox what has the count, that will be recorded. But since it is one transmission, one lockbox, so there is no complication. Yeah, that is it. We are done with the third sheet as well. Let me match. I'm just matching with my master file. Now let us go to the batch header. Here we need to give a batch name. So it's whatever batch name we want to give. This is just like a receipt batch that we have printed here. Currency. Receipt method is printed earlier also. Now this is the main receipt detail payment record 6 payment. So back here we will give the receipt number as well. The batch name, item number, remittance amount. These things we have seen earlier also. The important thing here is the receipt number what will be printed. So this is the actual receipt which will be imported, which we'll see in system. Let us put some receipt number. Receipt date, it is same as we discussed earlier. 31st May 2021. Currency SGD. conversion rate type, if you want to give, you can give it, otherwise you can keep it blank. Customer account number, this we did not provide earlier in any of the sheet. So that we have to put. That's a customer account number. And you will enter. And then this receipt is applied to which all invoices, which all open items, open debit items, that we can enter, here. So these are the details which we entered up here also. So I'm just coming to the invoice open debit items. Yes. If I recall, when I defined the lockbox, we said that we are going to match with the transaction number. So we have to enter the transaction number here, 17,000. Recall that's the invoice number, the currency, and the amount what we are going to apply. So we have two invoices. So we will enter two transaction references here. Likewise, we can enter 8 in this sheet. The moment it crosses 8, we have to enter that in the overflow. The next sheet, what we have overflow. But we are not going to have that because we have only 2 invoices. We can enter up to 8 invoices in this Excel file. In this Excel sheet. This is the old file which we already imported. I'm just verifying the data I entered correctly. So till now we entered the header detail. Now we are going to enter the table detail. That's a format generally followed in case of lockbox. We need to enter those data. Now whatever data we entered now, those are same kind of data what we entered earlier. That it's just like format of header and trailer. And this is the last. Now we are going to enter the last sheet, the transmission trailer. So we are done with entering the data in the FBDR template. We'll just quickly review something I missed. After this, we need to create the zip file. So we need to go to the instruction and CSV generation and click on generate CSV. This will generate a zip file that we need to store locally. And that is it. We are done with the file creation, the data file creation. So So data preparation is done. Now in the next video, we will load this data by using AutoLogbox. So that is it for this video. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye for now.